Hi guys, Hairy Homesteader here. It's about 8:30 Monday morning, 6th of May. I'm much later getting started this morning than I wanted to be. I woke up around 5:30. Had a few things to do after I had my breakfast this morning, and now I'm out and about. It's a gorgeous day today. It's going to be the last warm day for a few days. It's been 25, 26, 27 degrees, and today should be about the same. And tomorrow it's forecast rain, and for the next few days it'll drop down to about 20 degrees Celsius. So what have I got to do today? I've got a list here, because I always forget something if I don't make a list. I've got to water the plants and the veggies, plant some sweet corn. I wanted to get that in a couple of weeks ago but didn't, so last night I watered the area where they're going to go, so it'll be nice and damp in there in preparation for the seeds going in. I've got to repair our bedroom window. Over our bedroom window I made a frame and had to put some chicken wire on it. One of our cats, Bo, is a very domineering male cat, very attention seeking, and during the night if he wants to come into the house he will climb on our bedroom window and bang on the window. So I made a frame, as I say, put some chicken wire on it to prevent him actually getting to the window. What he did last week was he created a huge hole in the chicken wire and managed to tear it apart and climb in the bedroom that way. So I've got that to repair. And then over the weekend I collected the rest of the timbers and posts from my neighbour's house that I bought recently, and they're all full of nails. So I've got hundreds of nails to start removing from these timbers. A little more carefully than what I did last week. It's just the remnants here where I managed to hit myself in the head with a hammer, removing a 6-inch nail from an old timber post. What else have I got to do? Got to put the roof bars on the car because I arranged to buy some polycarbonate sheets yesterday. I've got to go pick them up today. They're 3 meters by 2 meters, and they're going to be the roof for the greenhouse. I'll have all the materials then, so all I need to do is build one wall, a brick wall, get the base down. I can start putting the greenhouse up, putting it together, because I'll have everything then. Then this afternoon I've got to go. There's a small town called Fuzeshibon about half an hour away, and there's a key cutter, a key specialist there. We always use him for vehicle keys. He's going to look at cutting me a couple of keys for my car that I bought recently. There's going to be another video on car buying to watch out for, car buying in Hungary. It's an absolute minefield. Then after that I've got to go to the art shop in Eger for Erica, pick some more paper up for her to paint on, and then after 5 o'clock I've got to go pick the polycarbonate sheets up. So bit of a busy day for me today, but let's have a look around the garden, shall we? I'll just turn the camera around. Now these are the timbers I picked up. There are just hundreds of nails in there that I've got to get out. It's an absolute bomb site here again at the moment. These are the timbers I did last week, or some of them anyway. Took all the nails out of those boards, and there's also some posts as well that I de-nailed. So as you can see, it's a gorgeous day. Let's see how the garden's doing. So we've got the hibiscus that are coming on nicely. These are all that are left of the strawberries. We had a lot of strawberries when we came here, but they just tend to take over and the slugs eat them before we can get to them. But I can see quite a few green strawberries on there. The figs are just coming through now, a little bit later than I hoped, but we had a frost a couple of weeks ago I think, that set them back. The iris are in full flower. Purple my favourite colour, and we've got lots of iris. And this is a small tree that I brought from our other house, Blue Mountain View. It's Mirabella, which is a type of small yellow plum, and that's doing really well. We've got a couple on there. It wants trimming down next year because it's a bit too bushy at the bottom. We've got a couple on this year for the first time. This is our wildflower garden, a little patch there got going. That's our new little tree that we got a couple of weeks ago. We've got some wild blackberry. Hello, see you, Roshika. It's my neighbour Roshika. She's in her mid-80s. She looks after a garden herself. This is our cherry tree, and we've got hundreds of cherries on there this year. Raspberries, they're doing really well. There'll be lots on there. This is a golden rain that I brought from our new place, Dave's place, up in Olmar, and replanted because we've got so much of it up there, too much. Now this tiny little tree, it's some kind of peach or apricot, and it's never done anything. We've never seen any fruit. It never really gets much bigger. One of the cats used it as a scratching pad, which I don't think helps. It's damaged the bark, so I put some chicken wire and a couple of posts in just to help save and protect the bark. And yeah, I counted last night, there's probably about 100 little fruits on there, so I can't remember whether peaches or apricots. That's our quince tree. It's huge now. It's a bit bigger than I wanted it to be, so I think at the end of the season we'll be taking that down. Not completely, we'll just take the top off it and thin it out a little bit. Just at the back we've got a walnut tree. Who said walnut trees grow slowly? That started off maybe 5 years ago as a tiny little sapling that you could hardly see, and because it's right next to the stream, it's obviously got a good water supply, and it's absolutely shot up in the last few years. There's another peach tree. Unfortunately this one seems to get a disease every year. We never catch it in time, but there are a couple of fruit on there as well this year which we've never seen before. And bamboo's just taking off now. There's just new shoots coming up everywhere. It's going to get really thinned out again. These here at the side of this old tree are completely in the wrong place, but because they're so thick I'm going to leave them. Then when they've grown I'll cut them down and dig the roots up, because I don't want them growing there really. Because now we've got our hazelnut trees. We've got two different hazelnut trees planted together there, and they were given to us by an English couple, some friends of ours in the village who sadly passed away a couple of years ago. Very close together for different reasons. So more raspberries on this side. For some reason this year these aren't doing as well as the other raspberries. Red currants, lots of red currants on there. We always do well with the red currants. That's a plum tree that's grown from a plum that just landed on the ground. I let it seemed to be in a reasonable place, so I just let that one grow. There's one at the side of it that I cut down. I need to dig it out completely because that's really in the wrong place. These two plum trees were here when we moved in, and lots of fruit on these. I'm trying to keep the height down and encourage the growth from lower down to make them more manageable and easy to pick the fruit. Got horseradish going on down there. These are blackberries from two different sources. They've been in a couple of years, so they're just getting established. There'll be some fruit on there this year. Gooseberries, a couple of gooseberries. Got a plum tree that's kind of just grown wild. That's a little bit taller than I want it, so that'll get trimmed down. Fortunately I've got another wild one there, but that's growing in my neighbour's garden. anything on my side of the fence, so I'm just going to come down. Blueberries, 3 blueberries, slowly taking off. We didn't have a lot of success for a few years with blueberries, because they were they didn't take very well, they kept dying off, but these seem to be quite established now. This is my neighbour's cat, Fritzy. He's like a little lynx in winter. Hello, Fritzy. Fritzy. Yeah. Sage. Absolutely going wild is the sage. What have we got here? We've got lemongrass and spearmint. There's a grapevine here that was here when we moved in, and it never gives us any fruit. I don't particularly look after it, unfortunately, and it's not doing as well this year as it has done in previous years. This here is a white currant. That's been in a couple of years, and that's nicely established now. There's some fruit on there, not a great deal, but there's some. And this here is a black currant, which is nice and bushy. Again, that's been in about 3 years, so we'll get some fruit off that. And this was where my rhubarb was, and it's disappeared this year. It's not come back, unfortunately. And this is where it gets a bit messy. We've got peony. These are the raised beds. This is rocket, which wants the tops taking off because it's going wild. Everything in the raised bed's grown really well. These old barrels that I made them out of have worked quite well. They just look horrible, but they'll be going in the greenhouse once that's built. There's leeks and spring onions here, and this is I'll be out watering this very shortly. This is our veg patch. I'm not sure if it's going to be big enough. I might have to rotivate some more. So anyway, that's that. The sun's there. Right, so that's it. I need to crack on. I've got so much work to do today. Fully clothed today. I don't think we'll get naked again in this garden anyway, until the first Saturday in May next year. So, right, I'll crack on. Have a good day. See you later, homesteaders. Bye.